expectation is the Rangers come out and play the same way they played in Game 3.
The Rangers in this series have been behind for a total of about 4 minutes and 11 seconds. And yet they're still down 2-1 in this series. So they have played really tremendous hockey. Game 2, obviously, Henrik did not have a great game. They made some blunders, but Game 3 was who the Rangers are. That's the team that we saw early in the season. That was a team that basically had its back against the proverbial wall. They had to come out and they had to make a statement. They did. But they haven't won anything yet. And I think one of the messages that Alain Vigneault has is that, we got to keep the pedal to the metal here. We can't take anything for granted. Now, on the other side, reading some of the comments from Ottawa, I think Bobby Ryan's going to play. He's the local kid. He got hit with a puck. They may be making a couple lineup changes, bringing a few other guys back in there. Their coach said, look, we were not ready to play. And their players said, because of the veteran nature of the Rangers and how many playoff games they have amongst them as players, they took it up a total another notch that, we kind of knew that they had, but we really didn't know that they had, that we had to see it.
Right.
And they saw it. And they saw the speed. They saw the hitting. They saw the methodical defensive play in their own zone. They saw the support by the wingers on the defensive end. So that's the mindset you got to have if you are the Rangers. You got to continue to play fast and hard the way that they've played this entire series, and they cannot take anything for granted. There are some snipers on Ottawa, and you can't take this stuff for granted. Now, I'll tell you one thing: if you were a team, if you're the Mets, and you lost your best player, which the Mets have done,
yes,
and they've responded pretty good in regards over the fact that they've won.
A couple guys have started to play better, sure.
Right, so. Sidney Crosby is out of that series, it looks like, between Pittsburgh and Washington.
And I know they won last night, right?
And Pittsburgh won last night. They're up 3-1 on them. Their best player, the best player in the NHL, is out. And you talk about a heart of a champion, a team that shows up, a team that expects to win no matter whether or not they have their best player on the ice.
Right.
I mean, it was amazing last night watching that team win their game last night against the Capitals. And they lead 3-1, and that series now goes back to Washington.
All right, well, tonight, of course, you get the New York Rangers, 7 o'clock, Game 4. Got to win it, tie it up at 2, and then you make it a best-of-3 series.